Here is me once again in my PJs, and I'm looking at my time, 9:30 in the morning. I guess this is starting to become a habit now. I don't know how many weeks I have not played a single game, because I think it's doing wonders for me, because now I've been tuning myself into more other things, like helping out with the housework and doing work a bit more and getting more gigs with the band. So that's always a good thing to do. At least I can talk to other people in the pub without it being overcrowded. I'm not a drinker, don't sue me. Um, what I want to talk about is Eurovision, pretty much. Um, as not many people would know, I don't watch Eurovision that much, which is odd for a musician like me because Eurovision Song Contest is one of the most biggest celebrated traditions annually, every year. This year they held it in Israel. Forgive my enunciation. And they did that 20 years ago. That was the 20th year anniversary, it seems, that they held it back in Israel, where Gaza opened fire on the Palestinians, I think. So, that was some good news. So, there was a couple of protests that they shouldn't be able to hold Eurovision in Israel. So, a couple of boycotts, a couple of protests, but, it doesn't phase Eurovision. And my big brother, Adult Nature, he's quite a big fan of it. He has quite the knowledge of it, and he knows how certain things go. He's pretty much the only thing he kind of does. Watch. He looks at rehearsals, he looks at the live streams, the rehearsal process, he looks at the finals, semi-finals, and then the final thing is when it's been televised on TV. And that's the one I watched. But I didn't watch it that much. It's a good thing I don't really listen to every single song, because I feel like Eurovision is getting longer every single year now. I don't know why. Maybe they're running out of money and they need something to fill in the runtime. If you don't know what that is, I looked at one of the Twitter posts and it shows the timetable of how long Eurovision has gone throughout the years. So that was kind of a funny timetable to see. The day that Eurovision had televised this year, I was in Blackpool doing brass banding, let's say. And Eurovision was on the same day as the contest I was doing in Blackpool. That was fun. Blackpool was fun. We stayed in a very fancy hotel, and we had a really cool electric fireplace. It was actually kind of nice. And then after some drinking, after some losses, chatting with some old friends, that kind of thing, I sat down and I watched Eurovision. And luckily, it was towards the end, because I really can't imagine myself listening to every single bloody song. Not really my cup of tea, really, but I'll probably listen to it when I get around to it. But I keep hearing our version, which is called It's Bigger Than Us, which, I won't say that, but, it's one of those stereotypical pop songs that the UK tries to push. Remember last year? I can't even remember how last year had gone because the song sounded so forgettable. But this year, they tried again with another song. And how well did they do? They came last place. Now that is terrible. And everyone was crying about it on Facebook and Twitter, saying it's because of Brexit that we lost. I mean, yeah, I suppose so. But there are some reasons why we failed. We have a crappy song. Brexit. The state of parliament is going. And it's probably the the other voters are not particularly very kind to us. Yeah, so Eurovision's kind of in the state right now. We're kind of in the state right now because of the things we've done. And I remember talking to my brother about it, and I was bringing up the fact that it's like, well, Theresa May's kind of fucked everything up in Parliament. We're trying to get her deal through. It failed 3 times. She's trying to get it through the 4th time now, which probably they're going to vote it down again, because they voted it down last time. They voted down, almost every single indicative vote ever. And it's quite a really terrible state for us. So, we were supposed to leave 3 years ago. The majority voted to leave, that kind of thing. So I guess it kind of creates some sort of pulsive division between us and European Union. So this might have to do with the fact that we had a last place in Eurovision, but my brother was like, "No, that is not the case." And I remember the kind of conversation when he was saying, "You're a racist, you're a fascist, you're a sexist, that could be a misogynist, that kind of thing." He was just labeling us every single thing under the sun because I don't know why. I didn't know what got into him. That was kind of strange. I thought he'd be a bit more level-headed than that. But I'm like, well, it might certainly be a possibility that the Europeans might hate us. And then he just got off on it. He got really mad with us. The attachment to Eurovision is astounding. It's not a political event, he says. And that's true. It is a non-political event, as they say in the rules book. But that doesn't stop people from pushing political messages in their songs. I think when it was back in 2014, there was a song about gay rights, like LGBTQ, that kind of stuff. And do you remember the one that, was it Russia, I think? It was called I'm Not Your Toy. But it was called Toy. I think that was inspired by the hashtag #MeToo movement. Quite political, is it? And again, we have to point to this year when the Gaza and Palestinians are opening fire in the civil war, that kind of thing. And Iceland came in with a song that is pretty much translated to, "We need to leave the EU, destruction will follow," that kind of thing. So Iceland is quite anti-EU, but I have friends who are in parties that are mostly Remain. I kind of get inside information from them because, I'm kind of into politics right now, but, I kind of remain skeptical from it. I remember I voted today and I had to bring my marker pen because I don't trust pencils there. Why bring pencils? They're trying to doctor your vote. So I remember talking to my friend. He says that the Iceland is quite anti-EU, but they do visit the opposing countries that they don't like. So you know what? At least they're kind of open to that. But I remember they come in with Palestinian banners and flags, and they were told not to show them on TV. Because of the status going on. They're kind of really pushy about political messages in Eurovision, despite the fact they held it in Israel. That kind of thing. And then the queen of the crop, Madonna herself, comes up on stage with Quavo. Who is Quavo anyway? Can anybody else fill me in who Quavo is? I would like to eat him, please. So they both came on stage. Madonna sounded a bit different. She was very, very flat, and I'm not talking about her chest. I'm talking about her voice. Oh, it was awful. She was very tone deaf. I think she was out of practice for quite a long while, and the presentation was very, very weird. She has, backup singers that are dressed in, mask veils, and then towards the end, they had, Palestinian flags on the back of their, on their backs, which is kind of strange. If Iceland can't do it, Madonna did it. So they got on her case, and then Madonna says, "I'm not backing down from that. I'm going to keep showing that I believe the power of the people. I'm pushing this message out there, get you guys." So she's clearly got an agenda, I suppose. But not many people liked her presentation towards the end, and I think that's a good reason why I didn't watch the whole Eurovision Song Contest. I just think, well, for me personally, it's a waste of time. Trying to get invested in every single rehearsal and song, what have you. Just look at the final product and just judge it for yourself. And I don't really vote there anyway, because I don't think it really matters that much. I mean, people will vote anyway, and I don't think many people will think of voting the UK twice anyways. I'll just vote for the Netherlands. I'll just vote for Italy. These countries have sort of thing going. We don't really have a good track record of winning Eurovision, to be honest. But again, that's just me. So I kind of brought up that people have slipped by with political stuff on Eurovision. It hasn't stopped them, but so adult nature tends to be very defensive about that, but I just tend to read the facts that was presented to me at the time. Well, as little there was, but I guess I kind of had to delve in that to get to understand the case, really. But yeah, we're in a terrible state right now, and I don't mean economy-wise. So I just hope the European elections go well. They shouldn't be happening in the first place. They shouldn't be happening, but apparently we're having one, Betraying the will of the people, they are. So this is probably our last bastion of hope to hopefully gain some democracy in this whole nation, I suppose. If not, then, say goodbye to me going abroad for a while. So that's always a good thing. Alright. I tend to try not to talk about politics on freaking YouTube or something, because some people will get heated about that. So I try to remain impartial on the matter, because if I go on one side, they'll blame me for not going on the other side. And the next thing I want to talk about is, YouTubers. Recently, I've just seen that ProJared has been, child grooming? I would say he's child grooming. Because he used to have a not safe for work Tumblr blog with teenage girls sending him nudes and stuff like that. And he jacks off to them, I suppose. And, oh yeah, he cheated on his wife, Heidi, with Commander Holly. Now, I used to watch a lot of Dungeons Dice camera action. That's the only reason why I watch it. It was because ProJared was on it. Not because of Chris Perkins, Commander Holly. I found Commander Holly through ProJared. And I'm like questioning, why does he hang out with her a lot? And I'm like, oh, that's why, because he doesn't spend time with his wife. He cheated on her. So that was a kind of a low blow for his reputation. I kind of like ProJared's content, but the recent situation has not been kind to him as of recently. He's been losing lots of subscribers, and I don't think he can pull back from that. Unless he has something good up his sleeve, then I don't think people will listen to him. Remember the Channel Awesome situation? How people are unsubscribing from him because Channel Awesome has been treating their content creators not very well and mismanaging certain shit wrong and not taking the brunt of the blame. Remember that document that everyone took face value? People were unsubscribing from him. People were trying to spread the message that Channel Awesome is not awesome. And a lot of content creators left. But not many people unsubscribed from him. So he's still getting views. He's still getting subscribers. Like, they actually forgot what the underlying issue of them are. Like, they just continue on like nothing happened. They didn't really address the issue that much. So, that's very depressing. So, someday it'll come to bite him back in the ass, I think. So, I just have this fear where it's like, any content creator I watch, it's a possibility of being an asshole. Like, it's some again, I'm very skeptical. I mean, politics has made me very skeptical. But YouTubers have also made me more skeptical, because you never know what lies underneath, really. They might be a pedophile. They might be a child groomer. They might have a criminal record or something. I mean, I don't know. You never know what might happen. We're all anonymous on YouTube until we have our name to present ourselves with, and then a lot of people will watch you. But it's just crazy, man. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they go on for stupid things like that. Well, it's a good thing I'm not mostly a YouTuber, though, because if I do attach my name to something, then, if it happens, it happens, yeah? It's a good thing I do mostly this. I do this mostly in my off time or something. Well, I used to do videos in my off time, but it's sort of become a habit where I just wanted to stop and do this instead. But I'm rambling at this point, so I hope you don't really care about listening to me ramble for 13 minutes, let's say. I just wanted to get this off my chest, really much. So that's it. Let's just see how the whole state of the UK goes. And let's hope that things look better in the long run. If not, then we're all doomed to anti-democracy.